last week, our next guests were busy studying for their A-levels, but now they are global stars with legions of fans.
Joe Locke and Kit Connor are starring together in the new Netflix series Heartstopper, and there's an amazing cast that backs them up as well. It's been praised for its uplifting message and LGBTQ+ love story.
Well, not only that, but it has become one of the few television series to be awarded a 100% fresh rating on review site Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think even Friends managed that, so that's how incredible it is. Joe and Kit will be telling us more, but first, let's take a look at Heartstopper. Oh, Joe and Kit join us now. I feel like I should say hi. 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 I watched it last night. It's brilliant. Phil watched it. Congratulations. I just don't know how you begin to process the success of this series, because like we said a week ago, it wasn't even on Netflix. In the space of a week globally, it's just gone massive.
Yeah. It's insane, to be honest, because it always kind of felt like our little show. You know, when we were making it, it didn't feel like this big thing that everyone was going to see. So it's insane that within a week we've already
I feel like when the first reviews came out, I was like, oh, I forgot it was actually going to get reviewed, because it was like our thing that we made in Slough last year and was not really a thing, but now it's
a big
we talked about those reviews. Rotten Tomatoes 100% certified fresh, and Metacritic universal acclaim was there review. So this is absolutely massive, and the juxtaposition, as Holly said, is bizarre, because we've put you on early today in the show, because we probably would normally have saved you till much later, you know, sort of headline act type of thing. However, we put you on early because you've got to go and study for your A-levels. So life does continue. Come July, you are free. What about acting experience and getting the role? Because we know, as far as you're concerned, Kit, I mean, you have been in Rocket Man, I mean, you've done other stuff. But for you, this was a real leap in the dark.
Yeah, I'd not done any professional acting before, so they did an open casting call, so I think 10,000 people auditioned, and you didn't need an agent, you just sent in a self-tape, and then I got a recall, and I was like, oh, maybe this is quite cool. Even if I don't get it, it's quite cool. And then I got another recall, and I was like, oh, what if this actually happens? Like, and then I ended up getting the part, and it was just like all my dreams.
How loud was the yell?
It was quite loud. I was on my own in my house, though, because I'm from the Isle of Man, and it was during COVID last year, so I had to fly to London for an audition, then fly home and isolate on my own for 2 weeks in my house.
Oh, my gosh.
So I was just on my own, and my agent phoned me and was like, you got the job. And, yeah, it was just me and my dog in the house, so I screamed very loudly.
Thank God that was worth it, then, wasn't it? So, for anybody that hasn't seen it, just explain a little bit about who you play and a bit of the storyline. Don't give too much away, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically a story. It's like a queer teen love story, essentially, about two boys, one who's openly gay and then one who's sort of seemingly straight, the sort of stereotypical rugby
boy.
popular boy. And then they become friends, and then it sort of slowly progresses, and then they sort of what happens next.
What happens next? Don't give anything away. The brilliance of it is because it comes from the Alice Oseman graphic novel, and so it's really clever, because those subtle moments in any very early relationship are coloured here with very clever. Your fingers just touch, and there's a little bit of lightning drawn in, and then there's the butterflies that actually sometimes follow someone out of a room, and that's really clever.
Yeah, I think it's so great that we've been able to maintain the source material, and that Alice was so involved during the making, and it was completely her project. It's her story, and so I think the animation was a key part from the start of the making of the series, and I think it adds that level of just, you can see what the characters are feeling by just, I think I love the animations. I think they're one of my favourite parts.
And one of the reasons why it's been so praised, particularly by the LGBTQ+ community, is because it reflects the community in such a positive way, through such a positive lens, which isn't done enough.
Well, so much queer representation that we have in the media at the moment is like, it's very sort of dark and gritty and at times very negative, and I think that it's extremely important to just show queer people being happy. I think for the world to see that. Well,
I mean, there are you watch it, and there are so many points that are essential points which are made. They're a very lucky new relationship, because there are incredible friends. There are Oh, be so careful, Ben. There are understanding families which are essential, vital, and an understanding teacher. And yes, there are those issues which you would expect to crop up, the bullying, the acceptance. But what it is enormously positive.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most important parts of it, because we have shows that are showing the more gritty parts of the history of queer representation, which is incredibly important, but it's equally as important to teach especially like younger LGBT children and teenagers who are growing up and figuring themselves out that they deserve this love and happiness, and the positive stories are just as important.
It was very much
Charlie's
Charlie's character, at one stage, saying, I don't deserve to be loved here. The other thing I think to point out is that you're playing sort of 15, 16-year-olds. This is very family friendly.
And I watched it with the kids last night, and they absolutely loved it. So really, really enjoyed it. Were trying to make me put the next episode. I was like, no, go to bed.
What's essential, and you watch it and think, this is a great conduit to have that conversation at home. It should be played in all schools, but it's been used by some fans to help them come out to their parents, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there was a beautiful tweet that came out that from a Heartstopper fan days after the show came out, and it was basically talking about after showing their parents a scene, like quite an important scene in the show, near the end of the show with my character, they essentially used that to come out to their parents, which I think is like one of the most, I mean, for me, that's the most gratifying moment in my career ever.
Yeah.
And for an 18-year-old to be able to have that kind of effect on anyone's life is like unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so special. But not only that, sort of older fans saying that they wish that there was programmes like this on TV when they were younger.
I read a review that was talking about how they felt so joyous watching it, but also this sort of sense of melancholy because they didn't have this show when they were younger. They didn't have such a positive representation of them when they were younger, which I think is just sort of heartbreaking and heart-making at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, it's also a world, it's the world that you want it to be. You want every reaction, and yes, there are bullying issues that are tackled in this, but you sort of want that friendship group, you want that acceptance in every school, in every life, and there's no question that this is the perfect view, that not everybody who has these internal issues is going to get such a positive reaction.
Yeah. I think it's so wonderful that we've been able to create this story, because there isn't anything like it. It's so unique and it's so beautiful, which I think is great. And also, it may be aimed at a younger audience, but that doesn't mean that it's not universally watchable. It's definitely not a children's show, I think. It's one thing we wanted to make sure when we were making it. It may be aimed at a younger audience.
But it's a 12, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 12.
Yeah. And Kit, did you make Olivia Colman cry?
Well, there's this scene where we're sort of talking about my experiences in the show and things like that, and we normally sort of, before every scene, we sort of read it through about 50%, you don't go 100% all the way. And, yeah, we were just reading it through, and then suddenly Olivia just sort of started crying. And at first I was thinking, God, she's just really good. Like, I need to step up my game massively here. I was really, worried at that point. So then I think other people sort of then told me afterwards it was just because the sort of scene is so... It's such a beautifully written scene and, such a crucial part in so many people's lives. I think it sort of really touched her. But, yeah, I was just scared, to be honest. I was really, really...
She's lovely, though.
Oh, she's absolutely just the most lovely person in the world, yeah.
I'm so excited for both of you and the kind of career you've both got in front of you and all of this. Thank you for what was a brilliant series. Good luck with your exam.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll need it.
We're going to need it, yeah.
I mean, it's mad, actually. You are sitting on the edge of this whole thing exploding. You haven't got any other interviews today because you've got your exams coming up and you're studying. It launched on Friday and it's massive. I mean, it's like one of those moments, and we love having those moments where people sit on the sofa here and you think, it's never going to be the same for them. I mean, this is a big, big moment. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thank
well
you.
done.
Thank you.
Heartstopper is on Netflix
Yeah.
now. Absolutely watch it.